Alright, good morning guys. It's day 113. Just took a nice 0 day in Bend. As you can tell, a bit of a wardrobe change. Got this wide brim bug treated hat at REI. Keep the mosquitoes from getting in my ear, and when I had my other trucker hat on, even with the bug net, it would just land on the bug net and sting me through the net and the hat. So hopefully we're going to prevent some of that. And also look stylish, of course. Coming out of Bend, this morning we started the Santiam Pass trailhead, going north toward Three Finger Jack, and some other things like that. This stretch is going to be about 110 miles. Got like 4.5 days worth of food. Probably a little bit overkill, but we don't know what the conditions are going to be, so we're still in an area. Of course, last year there was a big fire in this area, and we're just started about 8:45, 9 o'clock. Gonna see how far we can get into this 110-mile stretch. It's gonna end at famous Timberline Lodge, which is where they filmed the few scenes in the movie The Shining, and also where every PCT hiker dreams about the breakfast buffet at the Timberline Lodge. It's pretty much the reason why you hike through Oregon. Timberline Lodge is almost at the end of Oregon, about 30-40 miles away from Cascade Locks, which is where the Bridge of the Gods is. So it's our last section of Oregon. Gonna finish up strong. Locks at Timberline Lodge, head down to Cascade Locks, and walk into the last state. That's where we're at. Talk to you later. Alright, good morning guys. We're in Jefferson National Forest, just south of Mount Hood Wilderness. We're in Central Oregon. Last night was pretty nice. Temperature dipped down a little bit. It's cool enough where you didn't sweat the whole night. Woke up this morning and it's still a little chilly, but it's warmed up pretty nicely. And you can see down there another nice lake, and views of Central Oregon. Right up there I think is Mount Jefferson. Still a lot of snow, passing some glacial creeks, which kind of interesting, all the snow melting, but it's a little bit dirty, so it kind of got like a white tint to it. So it's never seen one of those. It's pretty cool. Today we're hiking about 25 miles, and first we're going to go to Ollie Lake Resort. They have a store. I gotta go get some toothpaste, I forgot it in Bend, and see if they have any snacks maybe I want, but probably not going to get any since I got too many in my bag. But so we're at day 114, and we'll talk to you later. Morning guys, day 115. We're in northern Oregon. Got to a place called Jude Lake last night. We're going to another lake called Timothy Lake tonight. We're about 28 miles. And the next day we'll be up to the famous Timberline Lodge. This section right here, it's pretty much been a lot like Oregon. It's pretty treed in, not very many views. And this is a section of the PCT, like a lot of the other sections, where the PCT goes through a private area, but there's an easement. So right now we're walking through I think it's called the Warm Springs Indian Confederation tribal land. So as long as you stay within 200 feet of the PCT, you're good. But you can't go anywhere else because it's trespassing. And nobody wants to go to Indian jail. So, got out here. Yesterday it was a nice straw magic at Ollie Lake. I went to the Ollie Lake store and got a soda. I was going to get some toothpaste, but only toothpaste I had was $4, so skipped out on that. And this part of Oregon has been a lot nicer. We got into left Mount Jefferson Wilderness, got into Mount Hood wilderness or national forest. I don't know exactly what it's called. But it's gotten a little bit chillier at night and in the morning, and it's helped with the bugs. The bugs have been pretty good. Last night I saw like 2 or 3 as opposed to 20 or 30 like normal at night and during the day. So that's where we're at, day 115. Tomorrow be at Timberline Lodge, and then I think about 2 days after that would be at Cascade Locks, and of course that's where the Bridge of the Gods is, and Oregon ends and Washington begins. Alright, good morning everyone. It's day 117. Last night I camped about 5 miles north of Timberline Lodge. After eating lunch there, charging everything up, I found a nice spot at Lost Creek. It's the weekend, so there were, I guess, day hikers, section hikers, backpackers, and they were just camped everywhere yesterday. It's kind of hard to find a spot, but the hammock, I just found this like little gully with 2 trees and camped there near one of the better spots that had 3 or 4 people camped in it. So we are really close to Cascade Locks. Day and a half probably. I'm gonna do 28 today and then a half day into Cascade Locks, and then probably 0 there. Get everything straightened out for Washington, resupply boxes, get anything I need at the store and such. But yesterday the sign for 550 miles to Canada, walked by that. So at the Cascade Locks would probably be 500 or less, and it's pretty exciting. I'm a lot further along this trail in late July than I was along the AT, and this trail's longer, so it just goes to show you it's a little bit easier, hiking a little bit bigger days. But it's also going to be nice to finish up a little bit earlier, get home and do all the stuff I've probably been neglecting when I've been in the woods for 5 months. So today of course we're going down in elevation pretty much all the way to Cascade Locks, because that's where you go to Columbia River Gorge, which is the lowest point on the PCT, and then you got to hike back out and go up to Washington and deal with all that. Haven't really heard any fear-mongering stories about Washington. About a month ago, heard some people that were going south and some people that are going north, obviously, that skipped, ran into some snow and they had to turn around. I don't know if a few of them didn't have the right equipment, things like that, but a few weeks and a few months makes a giant difference. Snow conditions on the PCT, at least in my experience. So we're gonna go up there, and what I've been reading on social media and the internet, there's some people that are gonna start posting finishing pictures soon. So we're gonna be in that line next month. I'd say halfway through the month, end of the month. This is gonna be prime time for finishing the 500 miles. If I keep the pace I'm doing now up, I'm not really planning on picking up the pace too hard in Washington. Everyone I talked to said it's one of the best parts of the trail, so I want to enjoy it, enjoy the rest of the time I have out here, and then try to figure out how I'm going to get home from Canada, because I'm not walking all the way there, not going in. So I got my passport, entry permit, everything ready, but got a few weeks to worry about that. And as you can see, we're on the north side, Mount Hood Wilderness, and it's really, some people get kind of sad looking at that because they can't see any views, but I'm really happy to see all these trees and not be walking through a burned out area. Fires in Oregon and California have already started this year. I got really lucky with the Klamath fire that was in Northern California, the border of Oregon. I got through it before they closed that section, but they've already closed 2 sections in Oregon. This fire's going everywhere in California. So it's just what you have to deal with on the PCT. Been really lucky so far. Hope it continues, but that's it for now. Alright, good morning everyone. It's day 118. We are walking toward Cascade Locks, Columbia River Gorge, and we're about 15 miles away from Cascade Locks this morning. And we're going to be able to look across the bridge and see the last state, Washington. Hang out at Cascade Locks a few days, get everything ready to finish this guy up. Yesterday we passed the junction to the Eagle Crest Trail, or Eagle Creek Trail. That's one of the most widely known, really awesome alternates you can take to get down to Cascade Locks. But unfortunately last year, one of the many fires of 2017 destroyed so much of that trail they had to close it. So we're just taking the normal PCT. Looks a lot like most of the rest of northern Oregon. Things are starting to change vegetation wise. It's a lot greener, a lot more water in this section than previous sections, and we're just making it, keep it on going. And we're just looking at the end. Washington's the last state. It's 500 and so miles, and we're still in July, so I'm looking at, next month, middle of the month, end of the month, based on miles per day, should be when we wrap it up and get to touch the border. And that's it for now. Alright, good morning everyone. It's day 120. After 0 in Cascade Locks, we are in Washington and headed for the border. Got about 500 miles of Washington to hike. Terrain's supposed to get a little bit steeper. Vegetation and stuff is definitely changing. Seems a lot more moisture, a lot more waterfall in the area. We are got up, headed out about 8:30 from Cascade Locks. Walked across the famous Bridge of the Gods. It's kind of a weird place to walk across because there's no pedestrian walkway, so you just get to walk on the road facing traffic. So just get to watch the cars as they swerve a little before they get near you. But that's what it is. We're in Washington and gonna make the best of the rest of this trip. Our next stop is gonna be Trout Lake, and about 4 days, including this day that we're hiking out. And we'll go to Weiss Pass, and 2 more stops after that, and I think we're gonna be done. So, wrapping it up, Oregon was a great state. All the lakes and views and easy hiking, and there's a few mosquitoes, but we hit it in prime season, so all the locals said that's what you're gonna expect, and we definitely got some. I've been seeing a lot, starting in Oregon and then all the way through Oregon and getting to Cascade Locks. Been seeing a lot of sobos, real sobos that start at the border, and these guys are starting their journey, going down south, dealing with the bugs and the fires and all that good stuff that we already went through. So that's where we're at, day 120, and I'm gonna keep making these little daily videos, and talk to you next time.